What up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, since today is the birthday of legendary Hollywood actor Charlton Heston, I decided to go ahead and do my top 5 favorite Charlton Heston movies. Because I have not really seen all of his films. I mean, I've seen a good chunk of them, but haven't really seen enough to qualify to do a top 10 list. So I'm just gonna do top 5 instead. So with that being said, here's my top 5 favorite Charlton Heston movies. Alright. Coming in at number 5 is going to be the classic film, The Agony and the Ecstasy. Now, the film is based on the novel by Phil Dunn. No, I mean, it's written by Phil Dunn, and it's based on a novel by Irving Stone. And it takes place in the 16th century war of wills between Renaissance artist Michelangelo, played by Heston, and warrior Pope Julius II, played by Rex Harrison. And so, they pretty much commissioned to paint a religious fresco on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, and so Michelangelo ends up bulking up as pretty much at the assignment or. And so, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a really cool film about two iconic artists in art, and it's a really good one. Rex Harrison, by the way, Steppenwolf actually based Stewie off of Rex Harrison, so there's a little tidbit for you there. And yeah, Charlton Heston, he was great. I really quite like the chemistry between Heston and Harrison in The Agony and The Ecstasy. Now, I never really read the book, to be honest, but I did really watch the movie when it came on TCM one time. It's a really good one, and I mean, it was also directed by Carol Reed. You also had Diane Calcino in this, and it also pretty much shows Angelo's relationship with Castina the Medici, played by Diane Calcino. Really classic one, and if you guys haven't seen The Agony and Ecstasy yet, give that one a go. It's classic. Anyway, coming in at number 4 is the film The Naked Jungle. Now, it stars Heston as this character named Christopher Lanigan, who pretty much and you also have this New Orleans widow named Joanna, played by Eleanor Parker, who agrees to marry Christopher by proxy and so. So, upon arriving at his South American plantation, Joanna ends up crashing with Christopher over his dismay about her previous marriage and all. And so, the relationship also appears to be doomed, and there's a horde of attacking black ants that are pretty much forcing the Lanigans to put together and all, and so yeah, this is an interesting action-packed film. I mean, it got released in I think the 60s or 50s, around the two, and I guess you could say it's the Romancing the Stones of that era, and really good relationship chemistry between Heston and Parker. Those two were really great together. And it was directed by Brian Haskins, and it also had. She didn't really come in late. She came in late. And it also had William Conrad was in this. Really decent film, man. And this movie also gets shown on TCM a whole lot of times, actually. And yeah, it's another good Heston movie worth checking out. Alright, coming in at number 3 is the Oscar-winning film Ben-Hur. I mean, this is an iconic film. The carriage scene. Come on. I mean, this movie gets shown around. This movie gets shown around Easter loads of times. I mean, if there's literally not an Easter that this movie does not get shown on. I mean, it's pretty much a classic that always gets shown on Easter. And Charlton Heston, I think he was a religious guy. He's done so many religious based films, and Ben-Hur is definitely one of them. I mean, The film was, of course, directed by William Wyler, who won a Best Directing award for this. You had some other great cast members. I mean, it's just such a masterpiece. It's iconic. You know, uh, Especially that kerosene, like that kerosene. Come on, that's probably the most iconic scenes in movie history. And Charlton Heston, playing the rebellious Israelite.
What do you play?
Just something. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, Ben Hur is a really great one. And remember the episode of Family Guy with the spoof of Ben Hur, Ben Him, and Ben Hur? I just thought that. But anyway, yeah, Ben Hur is such a great one. Yeah, here it is. This movie also won 11 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Actor, Supporting Actor, Score. I mean, dang, that's a lot of awards this movie won for. But yeah, if you guys for some reason never seen Ben Hur, it's a religious masterpiece. I mean, come on. All right. Now coming in at number 2 is going to be another religious film, and that is the Ten Commandments. I mean, I gotta double check his Wikipedia stuff because I think this guy was religious. He's done so many religious stuff, and I mean he did the Oscar-winning film Ben Hur, and then he went on to really play the role of Moses in Ten Commandments. I mean, of course just like how in Ben Hur the carriage scene is one of the most iconic scenes in film history. The one where of course Moses trying to hover the Red Sea and stuff like that and move the sea back. That is really iconic. And like Ben Hur, this movie gets shown around Easter loads of times. And also, and it does get shown around Christmas a whole lot too. I mean, obviously this is gonna get shown around Christmas a lot. And it was, of course, directed by a legendary director, Ceci B. DeMille. I also keep calling him Ceci D. DeMille, but I was mispronounced his name. But yeah, of course, he had the always great Yul Brenner was in this. Charlton Heston as the role of Moses is just one of the most iconic characters in film history. There's not that many dialogue in this, but the dialogue is really great. It's one of the most. It's definitely a masterpiece. It's one of the most iconic films in movie history, but it is a long film. I mean, this movie's about, I believe it was 4 hours long or something like that. Boy, I mean, I could probably watch this only once, and that's really it. This is literally not a movie I could watch over and over. And yeah, but if you guys still never seen the Ten Commandments, it's an iconic one. So yeah. All right. Now, what is better than Ten Commandments and Now, what is better than Ten Commandments and Ben Hur? My favorite Charlton Heston movie is actually Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is also based on a iconic book series by Pereira Bella. And I mean, Planet of the Apes is such a iconic one, and to me it's really Charlton Heston's best work. Like most of people would probably say Ten Commandments is their best work, is his best work, or Ben Hur, but to me his best work is Planet of the Apes. I mean, yeah, like I was saying, on a side note, I mean his iconic line where he's looking at the Statue of Liberty and he was like, "Damn you or to hell." That's literally one of my favorite moments in film history. And the apes in this they all look really cool. Now, granted, the special effects wasn't great at the time, but the apes, I believe they were all in makeup and stuff because there wasn't CGI back then. So you couldn't get someone you couldn't get an Andy Serkis to portray the apes and stuff. But yeah, this is such one of the most iconic movies of the '60s. You also had You had Roddy McDowell was also in this. Maurice Evans played the 8-leader Dr. Zayus. It's such a great one. And Charlton Heston as George Taylor is really, who's of course an astronaut who ends up pretty much heading down, like, who ends up crash landing on a remote planet that's all inhabited by apes. Such a great one. And yeah, it's a really iconic film. And not to mention, Charlton Heston also, by the way, appeared in the, not the recent films, but he appeared in the Tim Burton and Mark Wahlberg version, which wasn't all that great. And yeah, I mean, Planet of the Apes, I think it's the best work Heston has ever done. And if you guys literally never seen the original Planet of the Apes, give it a go. It's a '60s classic right there. All right, that's pretty much. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 5, The Agony and the Ecstasy. 4, The Naked Jungle. 3, Ben-Hur. 2, The Ten Commandments. 1, Planet of the Apes. Now, there's also other Charlton Heston movies I probably could have added. Almost like Christopher Waltz for some reason. Let's see. His other notable work includes Tombstone, which is a great one. I forgot who he was in Tombstone, though. He was in the movie Earthquake, which is a guilty pleasure of mine. He appeared in True Lies, which I always keep forgetting about. He was in that movie Midway, not to be confused with that new Roland Emmerich movie coming out, but there was like an original Midway. There was Will Penny, Touch of Evil. He was in the Planet of the Apes sequels, The Greatest Show on Earth. He was in the 1997 Hercules, Airport 1975, Armageddon. He was in Wayne's World 2. I can't remember who he was in Wayne's World 2. He was also in Any Given Sunday. He's been in some Treasure Island. I mean, he's been in some pretty cool stuff. And he was an icon, such a really legendary actor. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Charlton Heston movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is C Movie signing off.